disregardness is there, should be there. Doesn't matter how valuable Buddha is. Don't need to homage, no need to pay respect there. Let him go, because it's a distraction. Different type of mindsets. Because we always like to create sankhara. What is the meaning of sankhara? Mental constructions. We always construct, build, create. No need to create. Sometimes that reflection meditations, metta, buddhanusati, compassion, so forth, what we do with them, we just recall and repeat, right, again and again and again. May I be well, happy and peaceful. We have whole bunch of praises. They are good for a certain period of time. But if we keep repeating them, there is no meditation, just only chanting. Chanting is a meditation too. It supports, but not always. Just imagine, sometimes I met the people who has different experiences with different practices, like Om Mani Padme, like that. So, same as Buddhanusati, when they start to meditate, focus just along the mind, and those repetitions are popping in all the time. We cannot let them go. And again, like that I mentioned this morning, when we go to a certain destination, we need the GPS or navigator at the beginning. Once we familiar with the directions, we don't need anymore. Just let it be and we can walk. We can travel there. When you are familiar with certain type of food, do we need further details or information or explanation? We know what it is. No need to just keep repeating, keep following them. The same thing can be a distraction. So, even like when we recall the qualities of the Buddha, like Itipiso Bhagava, those qualities, no need to repeat constantly. That can be a distraction. What I seeing with Asian Buddhist meditators, faithfully we follow the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, many teachers, and we have a lot of chantings in our mindsets. We have set up them here to repeat, chant all the time. I don't see that in the Westerners, because they don't have this culture there and they don't practice. They are not disturbed by these chantings. But many of us have distraction that we cannot let go, because we've been taught you better focus on this quality, that quality and those qualities and keep repeating those, and then you can be liberated. But the authentic, actual meditation is not the repetition. Not the repetition. Just imagine if we focus on something and we can settle down with that. If there are no object, how we settle down? Many people want to have an different chanting or object to stay with. They can't have a steady mind without anything. They just expect something or someone else to handle their mind. Even for metta, it's good to repeat the praises for few minutes. Once we settled, no need to repeat. So therefore, the direct answer for this question, it is normal, it is usual to get these visuals. The vision, it doesn't mean that having a third eye here or something else here. It's not the Buddhist practice. Vision means visuals, imaginations. Those visuals or imaginations come through our previous mental or sensory experiences. That's how they come. Those are mental constructions, formations, proliferations, sankhara. Let them pass. Could you elaborate more on mind, observing the mind? Again, we cannot observe the mind with the mind without anything, right? We need something else. We need an attachment to stay with the mind. We practice the meditation to detach from. But still we need an attachment to detach. So, watching at the mind, looking at the mind is not teaching by me. That taught by the Buddha. In Anapanasati description, in Satipatthana Sutra, it says, Pallankang abhujitva, sit cross-legged. Ujung kayang, straight your back, the body. I'm not telling to do, but I'm just explaining it. Ujung kayang and panidaya. Panidaya means have the steadiness, stillness there. Parimukang sating upattapetva. Sati, the mindfulness, the awareness. Bring the attention or mindfulness, parimukang, to in front of your face. That comes in the sutras and it describes and explained in the Abhidhamma how parimukha or in front of the face should be. I asked to focus around here. That is the parimukha, in front of the face. But sometimes, to keep the mind in the present moment at a place, we can focus here, top of the head, or shoulders, or somewhere of the body. But the reason to focus around here, after the mind observation, the next step is what? After the mind observation, what is the next one? Breathing. Basically, where we breathe, from where? From the nostrils. Then if we focus here at the beginning, then we need to struggle to bring it down here while we are breathing in and out. So that's why the recommendation is there, keep your mind, watch your mind around this area. It's easy to focus on. That's the trick. That's the reason. And observing the mind means being in the present moment. Mostly where we live. Where do we live? In the past or in the future? What is the past meaning? Meaning of the past? The time that spent, the time that's gone, never comes back. It's gone. The past is past. It never comes back. What's the future? What's the future? How you define it? The time has not come yet to become, but never come. There's no future. Who says? What is the future? The future is the time still not here. Just imagine, yesterday we call the past. Not even yesterday. Now it's 2:30. Before that, every second is the past now. And today I say, I will be here tomorrow. Then again, when I'm in tomorrow, it becomes what? Today. Right? I'm saying I will be here tomorrow. When it's tomorrow, then it becomes today. Today becomes yesterday. Where is the tomorrow? It's still waiting to come. Tomorrow is still waiting to come. There's no tomorrow, just only today and the yesterday. We can wait for tomorrow, but never comes. So, then, being in the present moment, we worry about the past. We hope for the future, where we lose the present moment. Once someone asked from the Buddha, Bhante, your disciples are more serene and their complexion is more serene and calm, and appearance are more delighted, beautiful. How come that happens? Then Buddha said, Atitang nanu sochanti. They never regret about the past. Nappa jappanti nagata. They have no hopes for the future. Pacchuppannena yapenti. They just survive with what they have at the moment. Tena vanno pasidati. In that way, their facial or the bodily appearance is more serene and the complexion is more serene and beautiful. We don't go for beautifications. We don't go to spa. We don't spend a single penny to beautify ourselves. We don't have much things to maintain. But still, I looks young. But I'm old. My birthday is next week. So, what is the meaning of that stanza again? Atitang nanu sochanti. There's no regrets. There's no worries, there's no lamenting, there's no sadness of the past because it's already gone. What had happened, we can't correct them anymore. It's gone. But still we worry, right? I was that way, this way, I had happened this, and these people and this person had done this to me and that and so forth. And we keep trying to correct the past, adjust it, which we never able to make it. What is the only thing that we have from the past? The learned lesson. That lesson helps to move forward. We get the lessons from the past, we use them in the present moment, and we try to enhance the wisdom for the future. But what we do basically, we keep worrying and regretting the past, and we spoil the whole future. So, then Buddha said, no hopes or expectations for the future. It doesn't mean we shouldn't have a target or an aim or a goal. We should. We have a purpose. But still, we should not worry about it. Because that time is still not yet here. Long ago, I have many friends around the world. A person from South Korea who works there is from Sri Lanka, and we were chatting, and he said, Bhante, I'm collecting money to build a house in the future. Just now, he doesn't eat much, enjoy the life, he doesn't enjoy, he just keep collecting money, is illegally there. And he's expecting to stay another 5-10 years to gather enough money. Then I said, that's good to have enough wealth as a person. The matter is, now you collect money seeing the current rates. In 10 years, after 10 years from today, when you look back, that money will not enough to build a house because the ratings are up and down, fluctuations. Then again, you can use this money to build a house. You have to work another 10 years to be happy being in that house. Why? You have to spend whole money to build the house, then no more left, nothing to eat. Then you have to earn again, you have to spend another 10 years in Korea or somewhere else to earn another collection, for another collection. Then when the time is ready, you will be dead. Where's the happiness? Where's the satisfaction? Just imagine, all of us do not enjoy the life. We just keep planning to enjoy the life in the future. We have nothing here. We plan for it. When we are going to enjoy the life? It should be today, in the present moment. It doesn't mean that we have to spend all the wealth and to be happy today because I'll die tomorrow. Let me die. But you have a certain way of entertaining your life, and you have to save for the future, and you should have an order to live happily, right? But still, we should be in the present moment. Don't worry about what will happen to your wealth once you're done here. Everyone will take care of it. Don't worry. Otherwise, send a check before you go from here to somewhere else. Why? All these belongings, the wealth, relationships, titles, entitlements, everything will come till the cemetery. No more. Even these loving ones who says that I cannot live without you, let me die before you die. Right? That's how our relationships are obligated and bond. Then loving ones want to die before we die. But when we're ready to cremate, none of them is ready to jump into the cemetery. They run away. They don't want to die. They will live very happily once we are gone. Believe me. Let them be happy. What's wrong with that? They don't want to worry all the time. No need to lament. Keep lamenting in the entire life. For what? I know some of the places, some institutes, some centers, when the boss is done, he expects the centers to done too. I have some experience in Sri Lanka. When the boss is gone, the boss wants to the center also be gone as he is gone. It shouldn't happen. When parents are gone, children should live happily. Same thing. So therefore, living in the present moment without worrying about the past or the future is the best. And observing the mind, important to be in the present moment. For me, where is the best place ever to be myself? Have you thought about that? Not the temple. Temples have more distractions now. Not the temple. What is my favorite place to be alone and myself? No, it's the washroom. Why? Nobody disturbs. Nobody disturbs. Just sit on the commode if you have a couple of washrooms at home. Meditate there. Who disturbs? I'm in the washroom. I usually do sometimes. So, observing the mind basically is being in the present moment. And without wandering to the past or the future. In another way, Buddha said, Ajjeva kiccang atappang ko janya maranang sue. The effort must be made today. Death may come tomorrow. Who knows? The effort must be made today. Ajjeva kiccang atappa. The effort is being in the present moment. But be careful. Being in the present moment is not only the practice. Why? I mentioned it yesterday. Even animal has more attention than us in the present moment. Mostly they live in the present moment, here, today, now. The mindfulness should be right. How many types of mindfulness are there? Two. What are the two? Yeah, we can say wholesome, unwholesome, but the direct word is right mindfulness and wrong mindfulness. Right mindfulness and wrong mindfulness. With the wrong view, the mindfulness can be wrong. With the right view, mindfulness is right view, right mindfulness, and with the right view. So, right view directs us towards right mindfulness. What is right mindfulness? Being aware of the four Satipatthanas, four foundation of mindfulness. That's what we are doing from yesterday. Mentally, verbally and physically, sitting, standing, reclining and walking. In these four postures, we do Satipatthanas, four foundation of mindfulness. We being mindful on these postures. And remember, I mentioned what is the bhavana is, meditation is. Meditation is developing the mind in wholesome states, with wholesome qualities. Wholesome qualities we talk, metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, sympathetic joy or altruism, and dana, generosity, sila, virtues, so forth. Those are qualities, the wholesome qualities. Even you doing wholesome practices, qualities by observing the mind. Having an unhindered mind. That's how we maintain the present moment. That's how we observe the mind. So, to get support for the breathing observation, I asked you to watch the mind, look at the mind, but to be in the present moment, there are some other techniques too. Just imagine that when we focus on the Buddha's qualities, Buddha Anusati, that's being in the present moment, without wandering. Practicing metta is being in present moment. So someone asked how we apply this practice in the daily life. We can't sit at a place and closing eyes spend the day. So we have to work, we have to engage with the other activities. Then how we use the meditation there. Being in the present moment, here and now. We use the mind observation plus metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, so forth. Have loving thoughts during your work activities. Your mind will be serene and calm without any other obstacles. And have kindness, sympathy, empathy, and all these goodness within you. Are we truly established on kindness or loving kindness or compassion, or are we still doing it? Are we purely compassionate? No. That's why we need to practice. If we are purely, authentically compassionate, nothing to do with that. And then we have to practice because we are not in that state yet. We have to keep working on it. So in that way, we develop the presentness, the present moment by applying different various methods. Have you ever practiced the foulness, the disgusting matters of the bodily components? We call patikkula manasikara. There are 32 bodily components from hair to bottom. Have you tried those? This physical body out of 4 elements, right? What are the 4 elements? The earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element. What is The earth element, how we define it? That's the floor, that's the ground, yes. But what's the meaning of it? The earth element means the solidity, firmness. This everything has the solidness, even this body. Whatever the external solidity, the same as the body. And then what is the water element? Liquidity. Why? Melting, right? And it's softening. This is the affirmity or the solidity. The liquidity is the softness, right? Smelting part. And then if it is not liquid, we can't move anything. Science. And that internal and external liquids. What are the internal liquids? Blood, spit, saliva, what else? Urine, so forth, right? There are 12, I guess. Yeah. There are 20 solid components and 12 liquid components, as I remember. So these 32 is to be practiced as meditation objects. Why? These 32 components are subject to decay, change, deteriorate. They are decomposing matters. They are repulsive. They are disgusting matters. And what's the third one? Fire. What's the fire? Fiery. Heat. Heat and cold both together. Heat and cold both together. The extremes of the cold is a heat too. An extreme of the heat is another end. They both should be moderated. It's quite cold, like I feel like being in Alberta in Canada. It should be now minus 25-30 degrees. Don't be surprised, usually it goes up to minus 45-50 degrees in January and February, which I very like. Yeah, I like it. I like the cold weather. So, and we got a lot of snow too, that high. Yeah. Throughout the 6 months, like starting from end of September till kind of end of April or mid-May, on and off, we got a whole bunch of storms. So, the moderation, the temperature should be moderated. Otherwise, we are uncomfortable and discomfort. So the heat, we need to maintain the heat and cold of the body to live. When the heat is gone and the consciousness is gone from the body, what happens? This body gets cold, and that we call the dead, right? The death. You can check your feet now, if it is cold or heat, warm. Is it too cold? Should be dead. I'm just joking. So, why we have different expansion of the body? Because of the heat and cold. And we have digestion system, right, inside the body. Why? Because of the heat. And fourth one is air, airy. What's that? What's the basic component of air? The wind or blowing or expansion too. In the Satipatthana it says, this body is solid, firm. Why it has a shape? This shape takes made by the liquids. It has shaped out. And then we are alive because of the heat. We can move. Why? Because of the air. To move this body is animate, right? This animate body can move, that because the consciousness. Those materials are not conscious, unconscious. They can't move, but still they have the solidity, liquidity, fiery and airy, so forth. But the body, physical body, has these four elements plus space. That's why we have big bellies. And we can feel the space in these components, right? Yeah, there are more space. And this is an animate physical body, which means this is conscious. That consciousness element. We have basically six elements in a physical body. The first grade elements, four elements, and the consciousness element, and space element. Usually, what do you think? What is the most available element in the world out of six? Not air, space. See, material solidities are very bit here, a little bit, but see the space. Space is more. That's why we can move. Otherwise we hit each other. So if air is more, we can be here, the gravity is different and we can be blowing, right? We can fly. And then the shapes are because of the liquids and the solidness together. So everything has described by the Buddha. So those are not my explanations, again, what I have learned from the teachings. So then these 32 bodily components are subjects or objects for the meditation. We need to see the four elements of these 32, how they decay. The black hair turns into gray hair. Then we need hair dye, right? And this skin is fading away, wrinkles are there, and the skin is broken and removing, and the body is deteriorating, and the senses are deteriorating too. They fade away. So sometimes we can't see properly, we can hear properly, we cannot taste properly, and then they change. We better try on that too. So that way we need to understand these components and these methods, and any of these methods can be used to be in the present moment. And that sister mentioned that she wanted to talk about the Marananusati, the reflecting on the death. We should die every day. In every moment we die. There's no instant dead. We keep dying until the last moment comes. That's the deterioration. That's the change. That's the impermanence. And then we can't understand these changes. When the black hair turns into gray hair, we worry, right? We suffer. We want to change. We want to have the previous color, but is the black only the good color in the world? No, white also a good color. Right? It's in the color theme, white. Why we worry about it then? Then we try to make it purple or pink or whatever the color. So we say, oh, I don't worry about it, but inside we have somewhat worries. Oh, my hair is kind of now getting gray and whitening. My teeth are falling and the skin is wrinkling. And I want to change it. I want others to appreciate me. No, you are not old, you are so young. Yesterday, I went out in the evening and came. When we come back, the taxi driver said, "Where are you from?" I said, "From Sri Lanka." "Oh, so you look so young." I asked, "Can you guess?" He said, "Yes." "Oh, I can see you like 25 years old." I said, "Thank you. But I'm more than that." So then people think differently. They can manipulate us. Age is a number, that's okay, but the understanding should be we all are subject to change. That's the matter. No matter how young we are, we change. And the death can come at any time. We know when the trees are blooming, the flowers can fall down, right? Beforehand, the fruits. And then the buds can fall down. And then the small young buds, the fruits come down. And when they are quite young, and they fell down. And then when they are grown enough, fell down. When they are matured, same thing. And then when they are really matured, they can be rotten and then falling down at any time. So therefore, the effort must be made today. The present moment should be today, not tomorrow. I hope I answered. Even not, that's it. During the meditation plus the Dhamma talk is on, the mind focus on the breathing, awareness is on the Dharma talk, is off from the mind. Why this happening? Why this happening? I think I understood it. If the questioner here, can you clarify the question? It's anonymous. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with the question. I just wanted to make sure what you ask. If you're shy, I would answer this way. What I understood, when meditating, mind is focused. When the Dhamma talks are happening, mind is off. Is that says here? Talks is off from the mind. Yeah. Dhamma talks is not in the mind. That's the meaning, I guess. Well, remember, I saw some of you will keep writing while I'm talking. Two things. Listening is one thing, writing is one thing, talking is one thing, thinking is one thing. We are asked to do one thing at a time. When I started to meditate right after my basic education in 2005, I was highly attended to the meditation, and my teacher said, don't miss your classes, and I was attending the classes as well. One day I was getting notes from the teacher, and he was giving notes, and I was writing. All of a sudden, one of the practices came to me, and I forgot about the class, and I just focused on that meditation technique. When I get my awareness back to the class, I saw my friend next to me has completed another couple of pages that I missed. That means I wasn't focused on the class at the moment. I was somewhere else. So then I didn't get the note. I got the note later. I had to write it later, but I missed the class. And some of you have a pattern or trend to listen to the Dhamma while you are driving. Dhamma is not music to use when you have additional time. A mindfulness master in Seattle in the US, where Bill Gates have the company, Seattle City, and a mindfulness teacher was driving while listening to the mindfulness talk. What had happened next? He had a car crash. See? A mindfulness teacher was driving while listening to the mindfulness talk. At the same time, he hit the car. Driving is one thing. Listening is one thing. Eating is another thing. Talking is another thing. We should do one thing at a time. Usually, if someone drive me, if that person is trying to take turns, even though we were conversing, I suddenly stopped my conversation. I let that person to take the turn even though that person is very good with driving, because we all miss the turn, we all miss the road, and any instant anything could happen. It's disturbing. Even I usually drive in Canada. When I'm driving, if other fellow monks are talking in the car, I don't focus on that while I'm driving with the turns, because it's a distraction. Even if others want to listen music, I want to reduce it to my level, because it's distracting for me. It's okay to talk, but we should give enough time, room for the driver to handle the vehicle as well. So, we can be multitasking, but still we should be aware of what we are doing. Did you practice the mindfulness while eating? One thing at a time. When you collect food, that's the job. When you take it to the mouth, that's the job. When you chew, that's one job. When you swallow it, that's one job. Multiple jobs, but we do them together as a bunch, which disturbs for the mindfulness. So therefore, do not do multiple things at once. It's okay to do, because the world is so crazy, then we have to do multiple things. Otherwise, we are so behind and fail. But still, with the meditation, it doesn't work. So if your mind is off from the Dhamma talk, it could be your uninterestedness too. I try to make it interest, but what to do? I think I answered. Again, the same question from yesterday's conversation. Is listening to the soothing music while meditating considered a distraction to the meditation? Definitely a big yes. Listening to the the music is one thing, meditating is one thing. Either do listen or meditate. Don't do together. Otherwise, you're going to cook meditation and music together. Don't do it. So those type of things are available in the market to use, but that's okay to listen to the music or take music as mostly classical music's kind of soothing and people like it, and then they can be used to contemplate, though that does not fulfill or direct us for the liberation. The purpose of this practice is completely out of that order. Someone asked today or yesterday too, the yoga kind of things, are they related? Yes, they do have some meditation components, parts there, but two different streams. This practice is directly to the, not to the heaven even. This is to the Nibbana. On the way to Nibbana, we will stop by in the human realm and the Deva realm as a bonus. Don't forget, this is a bonus. We don't know where we are going hereafter. Luckily, we have landed here in the human planet. And we're lucky to have a human life, to have a proper sense basis, and to have a proper family background, education, and plus to associate the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, to associate the Kalyana Mitta, noble friends. We were lucky enough. This is a fortunate time for us. If we develop that fortune, we'll be good in the future until we reach Nibbana. It's like from KL to Penang. Maybe if you go to Penang, then Penang is the destination. On the way to Penang, we will meet different facilities to be comfortable on the way. But if we know the road, do we want to expect any comfort on the way to Penang? No need to expect, because they are there. We can meet on the way. So being in the human life is the most important thing. And so, therefore, this practice drives us or directs us to a certain destination. The purpose of the Buddha's teachings is to liberate ourselves from the suffering, samsara. But there are other practices are available. That's why I always explain and interpret what is meditation is at the beginning of the program. Because people have different understanding of meditation and they think differently. We need to overcome that misconceptions before we start. So meditation in the Buddhist concept is to develop the wholesome goodness, wholesomes, mentally, verbally and physically. And that leads for the liberation. That's the ultimate goal. But we practice for the ultimate target or the goal. On the way, we will meet more beneficial things. Nothing to worry to have those. Why? When we are doing good, we will meet good as well. Nothing to worry about it. I am practicing alone at home. Any advice on how to sustain virya and avoid lazy, not consistent besides reflection on Maranasati? I think this question asked before. We all are lazy sometimes, even me. I lose my energy. Yeah. That's why we need to drink some coffee. It's coffee time, tea time now. See, I can see some people are yawning, might be tired. That's the nature. Laziness is a distraction. So it comes in the hindrances too, right? Yeah, sloth and torpor. And laziness, drowsiness, sleepiness. Those are common. But energy must be made. How? We have to determine, we have to start the virya or the energy effort thinking the time frame that I have in the future. So I have spent now 43 years for next week. I don't know my family lineage, what is the longevity in my family background, because people die at different ages. I don't know which type of karma I have brought here. So I'll die maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Luckily we can finish the retreat today. Believe me, usually I have a habit. Before I fall asleep, I reflect on myself. Maybe I will not wake up tomorrow morning. If I wake up, that I am lucky. I still alive. Unless sometimes I just prepare some small things if someone found me later on the day. Yeah, get ready for it. And the other thing is, I try to reflect on the day, what I have done during the day, and try to minimize the mistakes for following day by applying goodness. Do not reflect on badness before you go to sleep. Just ignore them and reflect on your goodness. That helps you to have a nice dreams. Otherwise you will scream at night. So that's the reflection of the death, but the death can come anytime. We don't have time to prepare. So Buddha says, Ajjeva kiccang atappang kojanya maranam. So I told it earlier, the effort must be made today. Death may come tomorrow, who knows. Nahino sangarantena mahasenena machuna. When the death or the evil one is come to take me, there is no such agreement with him that to say, hey, just wait, I haven't done this and that, give me some time, then I will finish and will come. There is no agreement with the Mara or the evil one or the death. When it's ready, we have to go. We don't know the time. A couple lives in Australia. Sri Lankan couple, and the man is an astrologer, fortune teller. I think you believe in that, right? Mostly people believe in that. And then they had only son, passed away at his young age. Then the mother, after few years, she is still crying, worrying, only child lost. Then she keep telling and blaming to husband. You can check the horoscopes and tell the future of other people. How come you did not see our son's death? Then he said, I knew he will die. Then wife asked, why didn't you tell me then? He said, I know he will die, but I didn't know when and how. So we all know we will die, but we don't know when and how. It could be on the bed, it could be under the bed, it could be in the washroom, on the road, on a ditch, right? In a plane. So many crashes are happening now. Yeah. So, who knows? Therefore, Buddha says, don't wait. Mara will not wait for us. He'll take us at the right moment. So therefore, focus on the death. Still we can continue the contemplation like the death can come at any time within a twinkling an eye, within a finger snap, while we are stretching and bending, moving forward and backward, turning around, while we are sitting or standing. Sometimes we never know, we will breathe in, but we never breathe out. We breathe out, but we never breathe in. Sometimes while we are swallowing things, we can die. Who knows? That's how we reflect on the death. There are so many. And then, to avoid the laziness or drowsiness when you meditate at home alone, a few things that you can try switching the posture, and you can try seeing the lights and just walking around, and try to listen to the Dhamma related to the practice, something related to the practice, not here and there. There are so many teachings, no need everything. And try to listen to the Dhamma and have some noble companionship. Mostly these noble companion or noble friends, Kalyana Mittas, important for the practice. When we fail, we should be able to have somewhat conversation with them to be energized. That's what we do mostly. I have selected few monks or lay people for my conversations. I don't discuss about the meditation with many people who does not have experience. I usually have selected people and then I just only talk with them. So then basically, at least if I can find one person, I have somewhat a conversation to be energized. Because always when we live alone, when we practice alone, the energy will be losing. That happens. That's why we need this kind of gathering. This unity, this gathering will help and brings more energy to the practice. The discipline. We all are disciplined and behaved. We don't want to hurt others or disturb others. That's the behavior. That's the good conduct. We have patience, right? we have equanimity, we have kindness, love, we respect each other, then we need it. So time to time, it's better to see Kalyana Mittas or noble friends who can support for the practice. I think that's it. The other question is, it takes time to answer. Oops. To know and see is, I don't know these words. To awakening, please explain. So to see and know. Knowing means the realization. To see means the wisdom or vijja. The wisdom. There's a teaching, right? Come and see. Wisely we have to attend and see. We need to, there's a teaching in Majjhima Nikaya, Buddha says, without knowing, without seeing, there is no liberation. Remember I said, you should not be tethered by someone else. You should be independent. Why? This realization comes individually, independently. So whatever the experience you had during this program, it's your own experience. It's not mine. I haven't done anything. You can praise me, but I haven't done anything. You can blame me, either I haven't done anything for you. You did it. It's your job, it's your outcome. If you can see what you have gained, knowingly you know it. You see it. If you can realize, knowingly you realize what I have. That way you see and you know. You know this not unknowingly. You know it knowingly. You see it not unknowingly. You see it knowingly. How come that happens? Because of your own wisdom. Own wisdom. You see it through you, not through someone else. And you know how your mind is settled down, calmed down, suppressed and unhindered. You know how much hindrances faded away. How many laziness faded away, drowsiness faded away. And you know how much energy you have arose, how much effort you have made. You have to trust yourself. You have to see yourself. You have to understand yourself. Dhamma is sanditthika. The outcome of Dhamma is in this very moment. At the moment. You can see it. It's not hereafter. So, knowingly we see, knowingly we know. Not unknowingly. I think that's enough for that question. Goody. Do you have any other concerns? Because we will not, we will spend time to talk about the more questions, but if you have, you can raise it now, or maybe we can leave it for later. You might be thirsty now, right? Because we need to do the closing practice as well. If you can tolerate for a couple of minutes, we can have a few more questions, then we can go for coffee and come and do the closing.
Bhante, I personally would like to like you to share your opinion. This retreat is very, very different because I would say after the period of time, we all go back to our normal space. So, what is your opinion, Bhante? Would it be any different if this becomes a stay-in? Thank you, Bhante.
Can you repeat the last statement?
What happens if this retreat is an isolated stay-in?
Oh.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you. Remember, I mentioned usually we think that there are two different lifestyles, like spiritual life and the secular life, right? We usually go back home, and that's our secularity, and still we want to continue the practice. I'm sure that you will continue this for a few days, and then again you will start to fade away. Then again, someone have to come here and do the retreat. Refueling, right? The same thing that the other question was how I can overcome or manage the laziness or kind of things, and energy will be losing. Then we have to energize again and again by associating Dhamma, Kalyana Mittas. And the other thing is, we have separated this journey. Someone said we will go back to the reality from here. But I would say the other way. We are in the reality. Then hereafter we are going to the fake reality. That's my definition for it. This is the reality. We're going back to the fake reality because we have to act there. We have to act as a husband, wife, children, a monk, a devotee, a loyal relative, a friend. Remember the masks that we wear. So then that's fake because forcefully we have to do it. But here we just being normal. The reality is here. That's the mind reality, mental reality. But we go back to the fakeness. We have to make ourselves, oh, I love you. Right? And we need you. But we don't. But we have to say, I want you. White lies. We need to make others happy. We have to pretend. Here's nothing to pretend. To whom? I don't mind. But out of this, we have to pretend. Oh, I'm husband, I'm wife, I'm children. Right? Then we miss our path. It's very hard. It's very hard. So this path has compared to a swan and a peacock. The spiritual, the monastic life, I shouldn't say spiritual, monastic life is compared to a swan. Why? When the swan flies, it has only the heaviness of the wings. No more. But for a peacock, the peacock's feathers are so long and it's a distraction for him. He has to take care of it. What are your feathers? householders have more feathers, right? Obligations. Then you have to take care of. No matter what you have to do, can we escape? No. Can we escape? No, because you can escape and run to the temple, but you will get more obligation at the temple. Yeah. We have to keep running. But it's more freedom there. So, we can use the isolation to practice at home, but I don't think we can do it all the time. We cannot be secluded at home all the time. Then you should be alone. If you live alone, then that might be okay. Even that's a distraction. In the West, I do teach for many Westerners, and they live alone, maybe with a dog or a cat. They live alone. Some of them don't have pets, and still they have loneliness. So one of my best friends, an old lady who helps me, and there's a nun, Sri Lankan nun lives there, and she phoned me and said, Bhante, our friend is kind of reluctant to practice, and she's kind of frustrated, and she worries, and she was not in the practice these days. Can you talk to her? And then I made an immediate Zoom meeting to talk to her. Just 2 days ago, I spent 1.5 hours with both of them. End of the conversation, she was okay. What was the reason? She felt lonely. Why? The winter, they can't go to the temple, and the usual thing is when I'm away, the other monks don't care those English speakers, because they don't speak English sometimes. And then they feel they are not welcoming. And when I'm there, she drives me everywhere for my programs. Even we go together, a whole bunch of people. City to city, town to town, we drive, even in the winter time. Then she felt lonely, and she wanted to talk to someone else, express her loneliness. Then I just made a conversation on and off, and I asked, why do you worry? He said, I don't know. And I asked, do you feel lonely? Yes. And then we just had that chat. Now she's okay. Same thing everywhere. Sometimes we feel so bad, lonely, isolated. We don't enjoy it. Why? We don't know how to. But you know how to enjoy the spirituality. Use these terms, use this practice. Thinking that the period of time that I have in the future, we don't have any time left. Be energized by yourself. You can add details to that answer, so improve your understanding. So any other concerns? Yes, ma'am.
Wandami, Bhante, Sukihantu to all Dhamma friends. Just now Bhante shared about the first jhana, right? I would like to ask, secluded from the sensual pleasure, secluded from the unwholesome state, enters and abide in the first jhana with delight and happiness born from seclusion. What exactly is the right methodology for the seclusion from the sensual pleasure? Is it during the sitting we just disregard or whatever sensual pleasure that arising? I have these thoughts that just now when Bhante shared this, would like to seek Bhante guidance on this. Thank you.
So you mean while sitting meditating, the pleasures arise, right? Is that you mean?
Yeah, but the first jhana was saying that we must
Yeah.
seclude it from the sensual pleasure. So I'm a bit confused.
Actually, we no need to worry about the sensual pleasures. When we observe the object, we automatically free from the sensual pleasures. So pleasures come through the different objects, like mentally we have previous experiences come to the mind, and then we try to avoid or skip and disregard of these mental experiences, and we don't see the sights, or we don't allow the other senses to be active during the meditation. So then there's no more objects to disturb us, and we free from sensual experiences. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes
Because
sense.
we shuttered down the senses, then no more creations there, objects there. Though we listen, we hear some noises and things, but we don't pay attention. Do you know how this pleasure arises? It's another sermon. Let me brief. We have an active eye. We can see sights. The eyes and any of the object. Rupang, rupecha, sorry. The rupa, the chakku is the eye, and the rupa is the object or the sight. Chakkuncha paticca rupecha uppajjati chakku viññānam. So because of the eye, because of the sight, they get together, contact together, and because of both of them, the eye consciousness arises. What is the consciousness? Don't be confused. Consciousness means the recognition. They have written number of thousands of books too, but the definition is in Pali Canon, Vijanātīti viññānam. Consciousness means the recognition. The eye recognizes the eye object, which is the sight. That recognition can generate or can arise, can create the eye consciousness. That consciousness because of the eye. That's why it says eye consciousness. And then the eye and the object and the consciousness, three of them together meet the contact. Contact means the reflection of the sight is touching the eye base through this recognition. And then when we contacted, suddenly we feel pleasure or displeasure. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Don't we have that kind of feelings? Yeah. Liking or disliking. Yeah. Rejection. Accepting or rejection. We either accept or reject. Why? That calls feelings. Passapaccaya vedana in Pali. Because of the contact, we feel it. And then we accept or reject. Otherwise, there's a neutral feelings. We just careless about it. But it's more dangerous than the other two. So then, where the feelings arise based on pleasure or displeasure, there we start to crave for it. Then tanha arises, craving arises, desire arises. And then when we like, we accept, we crave more and more. What do you think? When we dislike, we reject. Are we free from it? No. We still crave for disliking. Liking and disliking. Acceptance or refusal. And then neutral feelings also there. And then tanha paccaya upadana. The craving leads to the clinging. How much we have craved for, that much we will clung to it, hold to it. Either liking or disliking or neutral. And then upadana paccaya bhava. How much we have clung to, hold to, held to, that much we will create the karma. Mentally, verbally and physically, to be born in the future. Bhava means the place that we make the karma, create the karma for the future birth. How much we have created or generated the karma, good or bad, bhavapaccaya jati, depending on the heaviness or the forwardness of the karma, there will be jati, means the birth. Hereafter will be in the human realm, deva realm, or hungry ghost realm, or the entire hell, or Brahma world, will decide. Where is the birth, there will be whole mass of suffering. Jati paccaya jara marana soka parideva dukkha domana supayas. Where is the birth? All the suffering is entangled with the birth, entitled with the birth. So everything is behind the birth. I call them bonus. Along with the birth, aging, sicknesses, right? The death, all the suffering or happiness are bonus. How that happened? Because of the pleasure, because of the displeasure. And sometimes we meet only once, one side. But if we like or dislike, we keep repeating this liking or disliking, and we providing fuel to that fire, we increase it. We let it grow. That cultivation multiplies for millions of years. Then that takes us yearns after yearns. That we call samsara is so long. And while we are observing by detaching from the sensual pleasures and secluding from them, that means we have cut off certain amount of samsara while the observation. Believe me. You might not understand what I'm saying at the moment. Don't ask further questions. I think that's enough now. So I won't be able to stop this. So at least for this retreat, I require 5 days. We just started to meditate. Now when you are ready to meditate, you go home. Right? We set up the gear and ready to drive. Now we go home. Again, you put yourself in the mud and come back to wash. Yeah. So that's the pleasure, displeasure. This journey happens. And let's have a quick tea break and come back for the coffee.
Bhante, can I ask one question? A quick one. Okay. I think my question is quite related to her. I hope you don't need to take another 5 days. Now, because this is related to the practice that I had just now, and Bhante was saying that during the jhana state, yeah, it will usually end up like a rapture and joy. Now, the question is this: can there be any other feelings or reactions other than the joyful feeling? Because when I was doing that just now, there was this feeling of sadness, tears actually rolled down. So I'm just not too sure whether this is really related to the jhana or, at that situation of peace, that state of peace and feeling of at ease, yeah? Do you actually let the mind just go free rein and then allow the mind to just, unearth, whatever that is, stuck there? So this is my question. Thank you so much.
So everything is clear. Can you explain what is that sadness is? Sadness. What you felt?
I don't know how to process it, at that point. So it's just stuck inside me, why does it really touch, the core of the suffering?
Right.
There's some suffering, I just felt, but then I just don't understand why it came about.
So
thank you.
basically when we are joyful, kind of overjoyed, and tears may come. That happens because of the joyfulness. Usually we cry for the happiness and the sadness both, right? We cry for the both happiness and sadness. So then that might be happy tears because of the fulfillment of your practice and that joyfulness that happens. Sadness might be, I assume there, but I can't exactly say because you cannot process it. You cannot say exactly what happened. Sometimes in that stage, we might feel sad because I have missed this long time. Now I have gained it. Then I feel happiness plus sadness because now I have it. That can be. Otherwise, tears are usual for many practitioners when they are fully raptured, fully joyful, because of the authentic experience. Is that okay? Enough? Thank you. Okay. So still we are in the practice and don't break it. Let's have a cup of tea or coffee and come back quickly.